Yo, yo, it's time to discover the flow. Shout out to the bros. You know, I like to welcome everybody to discover the flow. No matter how you discover the show or discover the bros, now you about to see how far we can go, because it's time for discover the flow. Yeah, cowabunga do. You know live is how we come to you. Turn the levels up when you hear the boys coming through. The Pod Squad giving you just what you need, hitting you with a new special guest every week. Don't you dare hit skip, man, it's Tristan and Kip. DTF Pod about to take you on a trip. Mega Ran bring the heat, yeah. But be clear, I wasn't even supposed to be here. Welcome to Discover the Flow. No matter how you discovered the show or discovered the bros, now you about to see how far we can go, because it's time for Discover the Flow. Let's start the show.
Good, busy. Been good. Been a very domestic day today.
Well, we appreciate you taking some time out to talk to us.
Yeah, happy to be here.
You
man.
said you have like a lot of family stuff that you try to do on the evenings, so
yeah,
and hopefully everybody's feeling good.
Everybody's much better, and thank you. And yeah, I protect my evenings and my weekends just because days off don't exist for me. So I try and, but we're good, man. I'm excited to be here.
Well, we appreciate it, man. We were looking forward to this, and I like you said, when you emailed us on Thursday, it was almost kind of like, oh, thank God, because I knew I was coming down with something. Which you can hear, I still am getting my voice back. But yeah, no, it was like a little blessing in disguise, because I spent my entire weekend on the couch watching Ice Loves Coco instead of doing any real work.
Nice.
No, waking up, walking out into the living room, and seeing somebody watching Ice Loves Coco
in their underwear.
A 43-year-old man watching Ice Loves Coco just threw me for a loop.
Says the guy who will watch Balin with me.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with the girl with Tourette's, all right? That is funny shit, okay?
It's one of the best TV shows there is right now.
It's not a funny situation. Well, it's a funny situation. It's not funny to make fun of it, but it's funny to watch it.
Right.
I've got my karma back, so okay.
So you said you're in the studio almost every day right now. Like, are you working on something for yourself, or do you work with other people as well?
Did we start? Are we starting?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we've been started,
bro. We just get right into it. We
don't do entrances. We don't do a whole lot. We just
Okay, good.
Kind of Rogan. We kind of Rogan this shit.
Yeah,
I like that. Nothing. So I'm not really. During COVID, I sort of downsized, but then re-upsized, and the whole thing. I kind of stopped working with other people. I do Bowling for Soup, and I do my country stuff, and then I do voice stuff, and but I still do. I still basically co-manage Bowling for Soup, and I do all of the merch, and I do all of the production, and I do all of the social media, and so that's pretty much my full-time job. But yeah, I'm in the studio. We just finished a live record that's going to come out in the fall for Bowling for Soup from the 20th anniversary tour of Hangover You Don't Deserve, and then we have a new original record we just started on. We have a covers record that's almost done. And then in country, I have a covers record that's almost done, and an original record halfway done. So there's plenty of stuff to do.
Busy man.
Yeah.
What? I heard you say you're working on a country record. When did that become a thing for you? Like, have you always been a country fan, or? Yeah,
I've always been a country fan. I mean, I grew up in Wichita Falls, Texas, and so that's what my parents listened to when I was a kid. So the storytellers really grabbed me. I really liked Waylon and Willie and Kenny Rogers and Dolly Parton and Tammy Wynette and George Jones. And the songs, I like songs that you can visualize, that just like almost tell a story in your head, like you're reading a book. And so I think if you think about Bowling for Soup songs, that's pretty rampant in what I do, and with Bowling for Soup as well. So it's a big inspiration for me. And like I said, the pandemic hit, and the first year we were all lonely and went and made a Bowling for Soup record. And then, the second year we still couldn't play shows. And so it was like, yeah, what the hell do I do now? And, I finally had the time to go in and make an album. And so I think, gosh, that came out 3 years ago now, which is crazy. So, I'm anxious to get some new material out there, and I play a lot, but pretty much just Texas and the surrounding states. I have a totally separate band. Rob's in both bands, but, and yeah, man, I mean, we're back in the van and renting a U-Haul every weekend and just doing it and having a ball.
Yeah, so, I grew up in the era of country where it was very like kind of sad and depressing, almost like the all the old jokes, where you lost your dog, you lost your wife, you lost your house. And I kind of like country more now, even though I love the stuff I grew up on, because it all seems more like a party now.
Yeah,
like everybody's kind of having more fun.
I guess it depends on what you listen to. I can't stand Nashville country. I can't stand and especially the rap country. I
grew up on stuff like Waylon and Johnny Cash and all the Outlaws, outlaw country.
Yeah, I say in my song that I have Waylon and Willie tattooed on my arm, and I actually do. I have a Waylon and Willie tattoo right there for the listener. I'm showing them right now.
That is nice.
Nice. Guys, I gotta tell you, whenever you guys asked me to be on this podcast, I was like, the pitch was great, but then I looked at, and then I was like DTF, and I'm like, wait, does that mean down to fuck? Like what is? And then I was because I just got asked to do this one that is, and I was on Mary Carey's podcast, and I'm not a prude. But I was just like, I don't know, man. If this is like some kind of porn thing, I don't know if it's
no. But it is funny because we just released an episode with an adult film actress, who we interviewed. But that was funny.
Why wouldn't you?
No, DTF is actually kind of my fault. We've been in which we're going to get to because I know you love it. We've been in the wrestling business for about 25 years now.
Yeah.
And I've always used DTF on my kick pads and on my gear, but it's down to fight. You know what I mean?
Got it.
But yeah, it's a play on it because everybody sees it and they that's immediately what they think is DTF. Oh yeah, no, down to fight, guys. And
but when we were coming up with this, Discover the Flow sounded good, and we knew DTF would kind of catch people's eyes because like Discover the Flow. Obviously, people know, all right, what makes this work? What makes that work? How did you get into this and that?
Sure,
but then DTF, you're like, what? Yeah. But it's probably also lost us some interviews because people are probably like, DTF, no, we're good.
Yeah, I mean, well, and seriously, so this is what I'm saying. So like, you guys know, I mean, I work for Disney, like I'm on Phineas and Ferb, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know if you know what my other day job is, but I'm the voice of another pizza selling mouse that I'm not really supposed to talk about it, but you probably know what. I'm the voice. I'm the voice of Chuck E. Cheese, right? So so I have to be at least a little bit selective, But like I said, I was on Mary Carey's podcast, and it was tame. But
we're definitely not Mary Carey.
But you also understand being the lead singer of Bowling for Soup, you understand what a name means to the people. So
right. Well, the other thing too is that like, it's sort of like the Jack Black thing, right? Like, Tenacious D is a very far cry from Kung Fu Panda, right? Well, Bowling for Soup is obviously a very far cry from my other two jobs that I do. And I was already established as before I got those. So like, it's not like I hide behind anything or whatever, but I don't know. You just, if the thing was called Down to Fuck, I would just be like, hey, it just depends on what you want me to talk about. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, dude, some days you got to be Danny Tanner. Some days you got to be Bob Saget.
100. Wow. What a good analogy. What a great analogy.
That's the best way I know how to put it. Cause I remember the day cause I grew up on him on Full House.
Oh, sure.
I didn't see his stand-up comedy until later. So that was one of those things that blew my mind where I was like, wait, he's dirty?
Well, I tell you, the thing was to me is like, it wasn't really, because I think I was sort of aged out of Full House, because I'm 53. So I think I sort of just missed that. Like, it really wasn't something that, I mean, I knew what it was and I knew that it was a show and I knew that he was on it, but, really it was the America's Funniest Videos, and it was just so cheesy and just odd. And it was the comedy was just so dad jokey, but he did it perfectly.
I always felt like America's Funniest Home Videos was just Danny Tanner doing a spot show. It was
right, because he was a reporter, right? Like what he was on that's what he did. He hosted the morning show with Uncle Jesse's wife, right?
Yes. And Rebecca.
Yeah, Rebecca.
There you go.
So the creator of that show is a really big Bowling for Soup fan, Jeff Franklin. And I get invited to his birthday party every single year, and I have never been able to go. And it's like this star-studded thing, and like and what's his face? Uncle Jesse. What the fuck is his name?
John Stamos.
John Stamos does like an all-star jam every year, and and everybody comes. And
that would be amazing.
But it's every like third week of January, and that's like right when I start back to work. Like we're usually off like the 20th to like the 11th or something like that. But
listen, my birthday is January 19th. I am more than willing to go in your place and just say that I'm you.
I did. But anyway, so what I was saying was I said to him one day, I go, hey, man, and be serious. Is Lori Loughlin the hottest person in the world? And he was like, yes, hands down. He was like, her in person. He like, you can't even, because you guys have seen, you guys see wrestlers and shit, right? So like you've seen Hollywood people, and like some of them, it really is just unbelievable how beautiful they are in person. Like it's fucking weird, right? Like
it's almost impossible. How
it's just, you can't really get your head around it sometimes, I saw Tiffany Amber Thiessen one time at a bar in Malibu, and I tell this story all the time, but like this is probably 2005 or 6, so 20 years ago. She still looks amazing, but I couldn't believe it. Like I just sat there and just stared at her. Like I couldn't believe how beautiful she was. Like it was just, there's just those people. Anyway, apparently Lori Loughlin's really, really pretty in person.
We had the opportunity to meet and speak with Shannon Elizabeth last year face to face, and she's in her 50s now. And good Lord,
over 30.
Yeah, she hasn't aged at all.
Oh, I'll bet.
Still
like
gorgeous.
A fine wine.
Yeah, Thomas Ian Nicholas is one of my best friends. The guy that does the thing in the American Pie movie. He's the guy that comes up with the "we've all got to get laid" thing. He plays Kevin, and he says the same thing. He says she's pretty spectacular in person.
Yeah, he's also the kid with the arm.
That's right, Rookie of the Year. That's his shit.
Thank you.
Yeah, he gets to throw out the first pitch at a Cubs game every. He's got a.
Wait, he's the Rookie of the Year kid too.
Yeah,
I never put that together and know that.
I know,
especially because I quote that movie like once or twice a month.
Yeah,
it's always the same quote. It's the funky butt loving. When he smacks the doctor's nose.
Yeah.
Still.
Yeah, he's that's him. Y'all should have him on the show. He's a really good interview too.
That's a good one. We'll have to talk about
feelers out for that one.
Yeah, I can help y'all out if you want to do that.
Oh, I'll just tell you now. Yeah, we'd love to.
Any help we can get, we will accept.
We're doing Jay Muse and
Jake
Rubel.
You were saying that. Yeah, that's gonna be fun.
Yeah, and Jake Rubel in October. Jake Rubel, I don't know if you've ever seen him, but he's a great comedian. You can look up. He tours all around, and he does Cruise Askew and the Chronicon and everything like that. But yeah, he's a real funny guy. And then today we put out a feeler for Michael Rooker, so we're gonna try and do that one.
You guys.
So getting into the actual interview type stuff. Since we've had
we're doing
having a good time. Maybe a little bit here and there. Somebody's got to steer the ship here,
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, if he didn't, I would just sit and bullshit. It would be an hour of this and I would love it.
You got to get me under control too, because I will never let you get a word in and I'll just end up doing my own interview. So you take it away, Kip.
So where does Bowling for Soup actually come from? Like what is that?
Wichita Falls, Texas. And come on, that's funny. It's so we used to have this thing. So I've been getting asked this every interview for 31 years. And I do a lot.
All right, so let's skip this one.
No. I'm fucking answering it now. now
he's committed.
Kip didn't read my fucking pre-show bullshit. So I'm just kidding. I don't have that.
Still gonna ask questions.
No, I don't have that. No, it's a funny answer. We used to do this thing because we would get asked it so much that like we would try and make up a different answer every time, right? So like, but the best one, Chris Burney, our guitar player that just retired, one day we were at like a big radio station, like Z100 or something crazy, and they were like, "Where did you guys get the name Bowling for Soup?" And Chris just goes, "We stole it off a dead guy." And we just all sat there and let the morning show host just bask in it. And they hate quiet, right? And so we just let that be the answer. And we were like, how do we ever really top that? You know? But the truth is, and you guys will know this, Steve Martin was the first ever arena comedian. If I don't know if y'all know that stat. Yeah. He's the first one to ever actually do arenas doing live comedy. They actually had said it can't be done. You can't, because you can't connect on that large of a scale. And he fucking did it, right? Well, his album, Wild and Crazy Guy, white suit, black tie, arrow through the head, you know, he talks about a television show he's working on called Bowling for Shit. And we were like, okay, we'll just call the album, we'll just call ourselves Bowling for Shit. And so that was the name of our band for like a month, but then we did our first show and they wouldn't print it. So we had to change it. So I like to say we took the hit out of Bowling for Shit and put in it. But what's crazy about the name though, is so all of it ends up being this whole play on words from this game show that was in the 50s called Bowling for Dollars. And so, but there's a George Carlin bit about it. He talks about bowling for pussy. And then there's, of course, Bowling for Columbine, and which is a hilarious movie if you guys haven't seen it.
No, I remember that one.
And then, I'm just kidding.
I know. No, I know. It's a heavy documentary, but
Jaret, I see your humor, Jaret. I see.
Yeah,
I see
there is no too soon for me. But anyway, guys, you know what's crazy? I've never seen that movie before.
No. Yeah, it's a little rough.
Pretty
it's
intense,
a little rough.
Yeah.
I can't remember the guy's name, but a lot of his stuff is though.
Michael Moore,
thank you. I knew it was Michael something. I just couldn't remember because I still had Rooker on the brain. So
he's crazy. yeah, but no, that's a fine question, Kip. I'm sorry I gave you shit about that, but
no, don't apologize to me. This is
your audience probably audience probably does not Google how did Bowling for Soup get their name, so now they know.
Yeah. No, probably not. Our audience is probably Googling stuff from the Michelina Rose episode. So
I'm 100% certain of that. Cactus, butcher knife. Yeah, weird.
Yeah, this lady was quite crazy in talking about what things she inserts and where.
She's an interesting character.
Yeah,
she really is. Don't listen to that one around your kids, though.
Yeah, definitely not. There's safer ones.
My youngest is 12. We have the Discovery Channel. It's fine.
She's seen the tigers go at it. She knows.
You have 3 kids, right?
Yeah, 22. Just graduated from college and got promoted at her job. She's in management now, and I got a 19-year-old sophomore in college who's doing the party thing, which I encourage as long as the grades are somewhat all right. And then I got a 12-year-old who's a black belt in karate and plays 3 instruments and can speak Spanish.
Nice.
And so I have 3 really great humans that I'm raising, and 2 I'm sort of done, but now I just give them money. But
what do they think about Dad being a rock star? Technically, you know, like what are you cool to them in that way, or do they give a crap, or they're like, we get it, Dad, Bowling for Soup, yeah.
Most of their lives, so my daughter, most of her life, she really didn't care. You know, she was definitely she didn't really ever want people to like her or pay attention to her just because of what I did for a living. But she also wasn't like, you know, she didn't, I mean, you know, when someone asked her, you know, oh, is your dad the 1985 guy or whatever. But she's super into it now that she's an adult and she can come to shows and have beers and stuff. And my eldest son, he's always been into it. So like, he's like the guy at 7-Eleven, like we'd be paying for his Slurpee and he'd just go, my dad's famous. and just literally just lay it on the guy, just like, hey, my dad's famous. He's on TV. He just, start listing shit, give him my resume and stuff. And then,
that's when you blow him out of the water and you're just like, no, he's not. He's autistic. And you just walk away.
But my youngest is just sort of like kind of in between. Like he's super proud of it, but he doesn't, he was in School of Rock and he takes drum lessons and he lets them figure it out. So he doesn't lead with it, which is kind of cool. I mean, I even, when I signed him up for a pop punk camp when he very first started. And I was like, hey, they couldn't get him in. And I never do this, but we really wanted him to do it, because we just really needed something for him to do that summer. It just gets so fucking hot here, man, and pretty much from about now till the 1st of August. I mean, they can only go outside until 11 o'clock. It's done. It's just so hot. So we're trying to find something for him. And I was just like, hey, listen, I'll do this anyway. But since it's a pop punk camp, if you could find a spot for him, I'll come up there and do like a presentation thing or whatever. But, and here's the thing, like I said, I'll do it anyway, even if you can't get him in. And so they didn't get him in and they took me.
But do you know who I am? Do you know who I am?
But
he's still not in. Well, we'll book your date soon.
Still not in. But anyway, I volunteer every year for the fucking pop punk camp. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Now
I'm the lead singer of Love Handle.
I do a lot of the School of Rock stuff. If they ask me, I'll show up, because I just think that organization is so cool. It's, they really know what they're doing. It's super, super cool.
Is teaching or mentoring in music something you've ever wanted to do or just kind of came about it?
Mentoring, I don't mind. Teaching, I'm not really good enough to be a teacher. I mean, I definitely can give, pointers and I managed bands for a while. And I'm pretty good at that. It's not something again, another one of those things during the pandemic where I was like, I'm just not doing this anymore. But yeah, I like to do Q&As and answer questions and most people that hit me up online, I try to answer all the DMs I get. I mean, it does get a little bit crazy sometimes, but yeah, I like that aspect of it. I don't know if I'd be a good teacher. Again, I don't really know theory or anything like that. I'm self-taught. I'm an educated drummer, played drums all through school. That I'm okay at. I could teach somebody how to play the drums, a beginner, but like guitar and things like that. I could probably teach a class in songwriting, but I don't know any theory or I don't know the circle of fifths. I don't know keys, those kind of things.
Yeah, I remember my son, he loved playing piano. He loved doing the clarinet and stuff like that. And he eventually started singing, which he was great at. But whenever it came to music theory, good God, our house became chaos at times, which was a good thing because my ex-wife was very good with that stuff. So I could just go outside and be like, you handle this. I'm going to go mow the lawn for the 3rd time today.
Yeah.
But she was good with that stuff and she could help him. But yeah, music theory was the one thing she would always be like, you got that finished? And it was just piled up every time. Never wanted to do it. So I could understand that. But you clearly you're even self-taught. You have talent, you have ability, you have knowledge, and have been successful in the business. So you know what you're doing.
My buddy Scott, who does the Paw Patrol theme. If you guys have kids that watch Paw Patrol.
I have nieces, so I know it.
Okay, so but he's also the music director on AGT, but he will sit there and go, stop telling people you don't know theory. You know theory, you just don't know that you know it. Like you do it all in your head, the harmonies and the way that you do melodies, the way that you put all that stuff together. Just because you can't sit there and say, I'm doing this to the minor mode, blah, 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 doesn't mean you don't know it. And so I don't sit and argue with him about it, but at the same time, I just go, I just can't take, honestly, I can't tell you what key my songs are in. I have zero idea.
And it's where you can sing it.
What's weird is in country, that's the whole thing. If a guy comes in to sit in with your band, if you just tell him what key it's in, they can just sit there and just start playing it with you. And they don't mess up. It's wild. They're all so fucking good. But so I have to like ask one of my guys, like, hey, what key?
Hip, you gotta help me remember this. I think it's the drummer for the Chili Peppers. He's got this series of videos out now where they have him sit and listen to music.
Oh yeah.
Oh no, that's drum something or other.
Yeah, with the percussion taken out.
Yeah.
And after like about 30 seconds, he just starts playing, and it's either spot on to what it actually is, or like real close and just as good. That type of stuff amazes me.
Yeah. Yeah.
That stuff blows me away.
It's pretty cool. I mean, drummers, you sort of have look, everything is just a Beatles song. You know what I mean? Like it's all music. It's just a Beatles song that like we're all redoing, and all the Beatles songs are just these blues and country songs that they were redoing. And you know what I mean? So like it's all music is just this whole deal about patterns and all of those things. So I remember our original bass player, Eric, that left before Rob got in the band. Man, I would just sit there and watch him play guitar, and he would just sit there and he would start playing along to a song. And by the time the song was over, he knew the song. And I just remember thinking, how the hell can you do that? Because I was, by the time I started Bowling for Soup, I'd only been playing guitar for 2 years. And I had just only started playing so I could write songs. That's it. And I knew what I could do, and that's what I did. And that's, but he was always just like, all you got to, you can do this. You'll just start doing it. And I could play by ear, but I would sit there and like try and like learn each part instead of like learning the flow of the song. Well, that's just it. My wife plays guitar now, and she's doing the same thing. I remember telling her, like, you can just press play on the thing and just start playing along. By the end of it, you'll know the song. Don't try to sit there and learn each part. And she was like, there's no way that's a thing. And it's just it. Because our brains, especially rock and roll, right? Everything is, they're these patterns, and so anyway, our brains catch on pretty quick.
When I was younger, I lived with my grandparents and my uncles, and my uncle had a drum set down in the basement. And one of his friends who couldn't afford his own set would come over every once in a while when my grandparents were at work. And he would just go down the basement and put on like Metallica or Megadeth or something like that.
Yeah.
And just rock out and just play along to the song, to the point where you couldn't tell what was him and what was the actual song.
Right.
And that was like you said, he was just playing along with it. He wasn't learning it piece by piece. He was just going down there and rocking out. And I was so impressed by the guy. I remember asking him, I was like, who taught you how to do that? Because, my uncle was very clean cut, playing in the high school band. And he was like, no, I don't play in a band or play in school. Yeah. I just play for fun. He's like, nobody taught me. I picked up the sticks one day and just started playing. And, people like that, those are so rare that it just comes to them like that without anything.
Yeah. It's those kids that can sit down behind a piano and do that. Again, I guess I'm not as
by ear are incredible.
I guess I'm just not as like, because drums, I get it. Like it, because I can play the drums, maybe I'm, it's like shit that I can't do that I look at people and just go, holy shit, that's like, okay, here's the example. So this surprised a lot of people. My favorite thing to do in the world is dueling pianos. I love dueling pianos so much because I just find it fascinating that they can sit up there and somebody writes the name of a song on $1 and they just can play it. Like to me, that blows my mind, I mean, and it used to be even crazier before. I mean, like, I think they should use iPads, by the way. I think and you always use whatever tools you have. Some people are against that. They should shut up. But before the days of the iPad, when they would literally just try to pull it out of their ass and they're like trying to figure out the lyrics as they do it and all of that, I love that shit so much, man. I just find that so impressive. As my buddy Scott Simons, who I was talking about earlier, he can do that. He can just sit there, and during COVID, he would just be on Facebook and somebody would just type a song in and he would just start playing it. Just, wow, that's unbelievable to me.
I can't imagine the ability to do that. That's
right. Yeah.
Like
crazy.
I've been trying for years to teach myself how to play guitar.
Yeah.
And my biggest problem with it is the left hand and the right hand.
Yeah.
Don't always meet in the middle.
Yeah. It's the mechanics of
getting the fingerings and then hitting the right strings. It's just, I can't do it as much as I would love to, because I got a guitar collection about a quarter, maybe less than a quarter of what you got hanging behind you there.
Yeah.
And I would love to be able to play them right, but
right. Well,
they like, as much dust as they collect, they still look nice.
Yes,
dude,
they collect a lot of dust.
I tell you what you do. So I just did this for piano, and I'm like teaching myself to play piano at 53 years old. But I just got on ChatGPT and started talking to it about like how I'm going to do this and what my music abilities are and like how much time I want to spend and blah, 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 or whatever. And it designed like a whole practice routine for me with pick the songs, everything. You should do that on guitar and
I will.
It tells you like what videos it'll go to this YouTube video and learn this song and then blah, blah, blah. And then come back and then tell me when you've done that. And then we'll talk about how your practice schedule has been and whether you can commit to it or whatever. It's fucking crazy.
See, as terrifying as AI is getting, that's some of the cool shit that I like. Like, I like that you can do stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like the videos that I see nowadays where I can't tell if it's real or if it's fake. Like, there's the ones that they have now where it's Bigfoot running through the woods talking shit about everything you can imagine. Those are amazing.
I know.
Those are amazing.
Yeah.
But then you get
there's gorillas. It's
stormtroopers.
Weird.
Yeah.
But then you get the president at the podium. And you're like, oh shit, I don't know if this is real or AI, and that's terrifying.
Yeah, it's AI started writing articles about us a few years ago, and it was like super weird because like some of it was just blatant untruths, and there's nothing you can do about it, you know. Like,
and there are people out there that will believe it because it's
like this whole thing. This article came out about how we had stolen this song from the band Goldfinger, and Goldfinger sued us and all this, and I'm like, Goldfinger are my boys, you know what I mean? Like that didn't happen, you know. But yeah, that's so funny that you brought that up, Tristan, because apparently our friends went on a weekend trip with another family, and the older boys had their own area, and the mom surprised them out there and found them watching those Bigfoot videos, and the kids can't start quoting it. They're just like, the one of them is just running around the other day just going, I don't know what I drink, but I don't know what I drink, but I'm really tweaking hard right now, you know. And you're just like, what?
My favorite one is there's a black Bigfoot and a white Bigfoot. They're next to each other, or a Yeti, and I guess they found like what seems to be like a box of male enhancement pills, and they're like, I don't know what these are, but we're gonna find out. And then the next one, you just see the dark one running through the woods, talking about, he's trying to clamp my cheeks. I don't know what's going on. I'm trying to run and I'm bricked up. This isn't working. Oh, they're just,
God.
Yeah,
they're so funny, but they're advancing so quick.
We're going to try heroin for the first time. This fucking guy right here has never done blow, you know, whatever. You're just, oh my God, this is crazy. But yeah, those things are really funny. Yeah, you know, I mean, the scary aspects of AI, and then obviously the misuses of it, and I mean, it gets comedic at times. We had an Uber driver the other day, and we were talking about our kids for whatever reason, and he was just like, yeah, he just got suspended in college for a semester and a half, and he doesn't get the credits, and we don't get the money back because he was using AI to do his coursework or whatever. And we were like, oh shit, you know, they didn't even give a warning. Oh no, it's the third time he's been caught. And I was just like, what a fucking idiot. You know what I mean? Like, I mean,
you had 2 chances.
Yeah, exactly. Third fucking time, because colleges have to do that now, right? Because it's 2025 and parents are bitches. You know what I mean? Like, we don't hold our kids accountable for anything anymore. And so it's just like, you know, that used to, they just, the first time, right? You know,
Yeah.
I went to school in 1990. I can't even imagine getting caught cheating on a test, you know, because that would have been it.
I think the scariest thing with AI to me is the fact that I watched a video today, given everything that's going on in our world right now and the climate, the political climate in the world, to watch somebody make a video of Donald Trump talking about how they're going to bomb Mos Espa and Mos Eisley and turn it into glass because why not? It was fantastic. But
Yeah.
it also terrifies me because if it's that believable that it sounded just like the man, looked just like the man, people can make him say anything now.
Yeah. I mean, I agree.
And like we were just saying that, like with the articles that you were just talking about, you know, people will believe it because it's on the internet. I saw it on TikTok. It's got to be true.
Mhm.
A buddy of ours made a joke the other day about sending one of us a dirty video of him and his girlfriend. And I was like, bro, you shouldn't say that out loud because your phone's going to pick it up and AI is going to take that and it's going to create it eventually without you. And you don't need to be there. You don't need to partake. It's going to happen. It's going to get to that point where like things are going to be out there and people aren't going to be able to deny it.
Yeah.
It's going to get that hard. And that's like, how close to Skynet are we?
Remember when Forrest Gump came out and they did the thing where they made JFK's mouth just move and he goes,
Right.
He said he had to pee, you know, and we were all so like, oh, that's so
start
fucking cool,
of deep,
you know.
Yeah.
It was like
That was like
crazy.
the peak of it.
And now
Whoa.
you see that you're just like, oh, that looks like shit. Like you
Right.
would have never even seen it, but it's so crazy now. Like imagine you then if you had saw now where they do the even think about bad lip reading. Like
Oh God.
it looks like that's
so
what they're
good.
saying, you know?
Yeah.
Those are so good.
Oh, there are some of those that are, I mean, that there are very few things that make me cry laughing except my friends all do, but like that, like on the internet, that bad lip reading sometimes, man, that will
The Star Wars ones are fantastic.
Oh,
Yoda talking about seagulls and it's
yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
I
bad
love
lip
this.
reading
I
is
love the
pretty good.
sideline ones, man. I just love the one like the
with all the football coaches
football
and
players.
stuff like that. Yes.
Anything with like coaches and you know quarterbacks just coming and be like, well, I told the boy that I wanted ice cream. You know what I mean? And like you just and then the coach is like, well, you better sit down then and do some push-ups. You're just like, what the fuck? That's so funny.
And one of my favorite ones was always the where they took episodes of X-Men, the cartoon from the 90s, and completely redid the words.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
Well,
like,
you see the have y'all ever
Juggernaut
watched
bitch stuff? Yeah.
y'all ever watch the G.I. Joe ones? Those are like
No.
we still watch
No.
those.
I knew they did
God.
X-Men and Power Rangers and Transformers. I've
Oh,
never
man.
seen the G.I. Joe ones.
The G.I. Joe ones.
I've seen some Thundercat ones too.
When we were kids, they used to have these G.I. Joe public service announcements.
Oh,
And
God,
so
yes.
they've taken all of those. These are old now, but like this was back in the early 2000s. They took them and they basically did that. They redid them and all and just made them. They're nonsense, but God damn it, they're so funny. And we quote those things in Bowling for Soup all week. You know, every week. You know, it's like as you said earlier about the Henry Owen Gardner movie.
My big internet addiction is pitch meetings.
Oh, yeah?
Pitch meeting videos are fantastic because it's just one guy as a writer pitching to himself, who's the studio executive, just about any movie you can think of.
Yeah.
And they're just going through it and tearing it apart comedically. And you would think you can't do this with every movie. No, this guy will prove you wrong. You can do it with just about every freaking movie.
I saw yesterday, there's this guy. This is why the internet is so rad. It's shit like this, right? Where he goes,
it's undefeated.
Every movie is better if it ends with the song Born to Run. Have you seen that?
Oh.
And it is so funny. So every day he does another one. And yesterday he did Jaws. And at the end of Jaws, it's just like the sheriff and then and the guy from Stand By Me, Richard Dreyfuss. They're just paddling, you know, they're just kicking and paddling or whatever towards home or whatever in the sunset. And then he just says the last line. He was just like, okay, you're going to have to kick a little harder or whatever. And then just Born to Run comes on. And you're just like, this is so.
Oh, there's a guy that does videos that he just sits there with the guitar and a movie scene will play, and then he'll start putting in
like inappropriate music. Yeah,
no,
Life is a Highway.
Life is a Highway, and he'll just sit there like the scene where the kid gets hit by the truck in Pet Sematary.
Yeah,
it gets plastered, and he just starts playing Life is a Highway. I'm like,
oh, that's fucking great.
See,
What kind of dog,
the
what kind of dog is
stuff
that?
I love. He's an asshole. No,
he is a brown.
No, he's a great
bastard.
dog. He's a Staffy pit mix.
Okay.
We actually rescued him about 2 years ago. Before he got to us, he was skin and bones. His previous owner, his previous owner was not the greatest. Got into a car accident with him, left him without food. We assume from different things hit him. So
yeah,
a friend of mine who was her daughter had him, and I'd known her since I was like 19. She called me up, and my dog had just passed away. And she said, I know you've been looking for something. I know this isn't what you were looking for, but would you mind taking him? And I was like, I wanted a Rot. I was looking for a female Rot puppy. That's all I wanted. Wasn't looking for an older dog or anything like that. But I figured I wasn't finding what I wanted because I was supposed to be available to take care of him.
Yeah.
So I took him, and now he's our third co-host.
Yeah.
So,
oh yeah, I heard him back there. So I love that shit because I have a Mastiff, a Boxer Mastiff, and now I have a Australian Shepherd. I used to have a Yorkie, a Mastiff, and a Boxer Mastiff, and the dynamic was
nice,
hilarious. But my Yorkie passed away.
The little one ran the house, didn't you?
100%. But the I only have ever had one male dog, and that's the Boxer Mastiff, and he runs the backyard. So like once they enter back there, he changes his whole personality. When they're inside, he's just a little pussy.
He's a licker.
Look at him. He's so rad.
Right?
Yeah, he is a sweetheart. He is.
Yeah, we kept his name.
We
kept his name Charlie because that's what he literally came to us with his name and his collar.
But he's not scared of it. Like you see the thing where they like have to make sure that the rescues aren't scared of their name. It's so sad.
Yeah,
because you were saying that maybe he got hit a little bit. Like it's fuck, man. It's so.
We had to adjust the way we kind of signal for him because at first it was putting your hand up like this to get him to sit.
Oh shit! Yeah,
and he it's on the floor.
So we started going Scouts on her,
So we gave him the two fingers, and that's been working for the last 2 years now. It's amazing.
People suck, man.
My girlfriend happens to be African American, and the first time he met her, he started peeing uncontrollably and like ran and hid out of fear.
Oh,
and now I think he loves her more than he likes me.
Yeah.
That's his best friend now. So like he's
got a completely different energy around him.
Yeah, he's completely redeemed
Milo
in her eyes.
Milo was a rescue. We didn't get him until he was about 14 weeks, and he was scared of anybody with a hat. So anybody with a hat on, he would just lose his mind and go and hide. So dudes wear hats, right? And so, but I would be like, hey man, can you just take that off until he just let him get used to you for a minute. But he's cool now, but yeah, he couldn't do it, man. He was found, him and his mom was found, and she had 15 puppies, Boxer Mastiffs.
Oh, wow.
And that's a lot, right?
Yeah, that's a lot of dogs.
And so anyway, whoever dumped them made quite an impression on him because he couldn't do the hats. Hold on, guys. I'm going to grab a beer.
Go for it. No
problem. Let's fucking party.
Fuck it.
Oh, yeah. Come to daddy. That's the great thing about having a 12-year-old is I only have one beer, but I could tell him to bring me some more.
Oh, I thought you were going to say you only had one because he drank them on you.
He's a good boy, man. He's.
I am not 100% sure what this is, but I'm going to try it.
Oh,
I find weird stuff in our fridge.
Are you a Boondock Saints fan?
So I did watch the first 2 seasons. Wait, Boondock Saints, the movie.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, love that.
So his name when he came to us was Charlie, but we decided to alter it. We started calling him Charlie Bronson Duke fucking Wayne. So now on his paperwork, his official paperwork, it says Charlie Bronson Duke effing Wayne.
I love it, man. That's so great.
He's our buddy. He's the Duke.
And he does love his fucking rope.
But no, that I kind of like, not to be corny, but that's kind of a cool segue, you know, like talking about saving this little guy. But you do a thing that called Punk Rock Saves Lives, and you're on the board of directors for this, and it prioritizes the health and well-being of the punk community. Can you tell us more about that?
Yeah, not just that. Yeah, I'm working with 3 charities right now. I work locally with one called Amplified Minds that is very, very helpful with local musicians. We have there's a lot of substance abuse programs, things like that. We can also help, like, somebody doesn't have dental, like a musician that their teeth are all fucked up, whatever. And then I just started working with one in the UK called Tough Enough to Care. So kind of hand in hand with your thing. But the one that that tours with me, that I'm, again, very, very involved with, it's called Punk Rock Saves Lives. I got involved with it over the pandemic, really, because of, and this makes a lot of sense, during that time, they couldn't really do a lot of the things that we do out in the public because we couldn't be out in the public. And so it was very focused on mental health. And mental health, to me, is a very important topic. It's something that affected me late in life. I'm a happy person. I think most people that know me would tell you that I'm the happiest person that they know. I'm very positive. I'm an upbeat guy. But depression and anxiety kicked down my door about 12 years ago and changed my life forever. And it was a very hard few years for me to try and get it to where I could function, really, through medication, support of my family, an amazing doctor, amazing psychiatrist, amazing psychologist, and a lot of patience from my band and my wife and friends. I am on the other side of it in that at least it's maintained now by medication, by therapy, 2 therapists and a psychiatrist, and 3 meds, and a lot of water, a lot of breathing, and a lot of sharing. This is my therapy. Thank you for asking me about this. But yes, Punk Rock Saves Lives. We offer a lot of outlets and support for mental health, and that's okay. Thank you, buddy.
Good kid.
He's going, I'm on a call.
Right on cue.
And
you're like, what could help my mental health right now? And just a handful of beers.
I feel like you guys, it seems like I'm hanging out with my friends, I thought we should just have
That's what we go for.
That's honestly, the vibe that we look for, man. Like, it really is.
But
that's why I wanted to ask you about the mental health stuff, because like that's affected my life very much over the last like 6-7 years. I was just telling Kip the other day, like I've been there to the point where like I've written my note.
Yeah.
Like I've taken the time to be like, all right, I'm done. I'm planning this out. I'm out of here. And depression, I don't think it ever goes away.
No.
I think you deal with it. It evolves. It changes.
Yeah.
I told him flat out yesterday, man, like I want to be here.
Yeah.
I don't go through the I'm checking out phase anymore.
Yeah.
I want to be here, but I still get bummed out. I still get depressed.
Well, here's the thing. So the other thing to understand too is that depression doesn't mean sad. It doesn't, sometimes it could be, sometimes you're fine, but you can't function. Sometimes you can't, it's cloudy in your head. And sometimes, for me, I never became suicidal. I definitely wanted to not be around, but it wasn't that I wanted to leave the planet. I just wanted everybody to go the fuck away. you know, like if it weren't for my kids, I probably would have just thrown everything away and moved somewhere else and just been alone for the rest of my life. You know, like that was what was wrong with, you know, where I was. I'm too much of I'm scared of go-karts. I'm too much of a pussy to kill myself. But and I don't mean to make light of that, by the way. I just lost a friend to suicide 4 weeks ago, and it was somebody that I'm still in shock. He was an amazing dad, an upbeat dude. You just never know. So
and that doesn't go away either.
No,
like, we've had friends that took their lives years ago, and every once in a while it still pops up. Like, you know, I just wonder why, you know.
Oh yeah.
Even though I've been there, you still wonder why.
This was my best friend.
We've all suffered.
2007, he left the planet. Pretty much just drank and drugged himself to death. And at one point, he was the manager of Bowling for Soup. And you know, you never get over it. You know, it's honestly, I tell my therapist all the time, it's just like, I just don't let people get close to me anymore like that. You know, like I love everybody in my life or whatever, but like, you know, I just can't stand the fucking heartbreak. You know,
know what's weird? I went through a phase of depression where a lot of people were leaving my life, and it bummed me out in a huge way. And I was like, man, what's wrong with me that's causing this, you know, for lack of a better term, like a mass exodus of people.
Yeah.
And then I stopped being bummed out because I realized, you know, the people who are left, the people who are still there in my life are the best of the best.
Yeah. Right.
And now my circle's smaller, but it's so much better. It's so much tighter. Like, these are the people that, you know, I would ride or die for.
Yeah.
Whereas the other ones just took themselves out of the equation. I don't even really miss them now.
Well, you know, and I think sometimes that's okay. You know, I think sometimes you know, I just read a quote about, I can't remember who said it, but it was just like, you know, that's just what fucking happens. You know, people come in, and maybe it's Tom Hardy, maybe it was Jim Carrey. I don't know, but it was just something about, you know, how people come in and out of your life. What's that?
I get the two confused all the time.
but anyway, it's just about how people, you know, sort of ebb and flow out of your life. And in music, it's very strange because it's I think the only thing that I could ever compare it to would be acting. It's like you go and you make a movie with somebody, and you spend 3, 4, 5, 6 months with them, and you're together every day. And then you go on to your next thing, and you're not best friends anymore. I mean, that's what happens. We go and tour with these bands, and we see them every day. And then you find yourself really, really in a really close relationship with somebody, and you're taking walks every day, and, you know, you're eating lunch together or whatever. And then, you know, then you move on to other shit. And like, sometimes they're just not in your life anymore. And that's weird. But back to what you were saying, Tristan, I think it's cool that you can share with Kip, you know, like those things. That's so important to be able to talk. And Kip, for you, I don't know your struggle, but just to be able to be a good listener, God, it's so important. I mean, just to hear
I've been that guy most of my life. I've been a sounding board for people, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
But what I'm most grateful for is the fact that I do have friends. Tristan, I got my buddy Mike. I've got, you know, very small circle, but a very strong circle. And I've got these people that are willing to listen to me when my shit goes south.
Right. And the fact that you're strong enough to share, both of you guys, the fact that you're strong enough to actually open up. I sent my guys a message today. You know, it's, you know, all joking aside, I mean, I'm a legitimate rock star, right? But I'm a human being. Like, I have the same fucking shit that you guys did. And I wrote my guys today, and I said, I can't wait till next week. Like, I need bro time. Like, I have ulcerative colitis, and I've been on a flare since March 16th. Oof. And it just gets me down. You know, it affects my mental health. And I just fucking need, you know, to hang with my boys, you know, like I
feel,
and they listen to that shit, you know what I mean? And like, they respond back, and they go, fuck yeah, we can't wait. It's going to be awesome. You know? And it's just good to have that.
I feel like COVID was a double-edged sword.
Go ahead.
I feel like COVID was really a double-edged sword for a lot of things. And the fact that, we were, okay, I was by myself during COVID. I didn't have anyone. I'm single. I was by myself. I was living in a 1-bedroom apartment by myself. All I had was my Xbox and the friends that I had on there and my job. And I couldn't go hang out with my friends. Yeah, we still talked. We still checked in and everything like that.
Sure.
It was there. But I learned 2 very important things. First of all, I was very happy being alone. I was very happy by myself because I didn't have to deal with other people's bullshit. And I'm not talking about like my friends. I'm talking about the lady at the store who parks her cart crossways across the aisle and then sticks her fat ass out in the way so nobody can get past her.
Right.
That's the kind of shit I didn't want to deal with.
Right.
But at the same time, while I realized that I was happy as an introvert, I also realized that being alone sucks. Not having an outlet sucks.
Yeah.
So when I had the opportunity to move in with Tristan, when my lease was up and, we decided, we've been friends for 25 years, decided, hey, let's live together and see how, see what we can do, see if we can make this podcast thing work, whatever kind of stuff we want.
Which backfired on me because now everybody thinks we're gay and he's the top.
I mean,
I'm going to be honest. I wondered. I mean, not that there's anything wrong with that.
No.
It's just the way the way we talk, we act, and we've known each other forever.
I do have a power bottom.
I am definitely
vibe,
the top, though.
You rescued a dog together,
I have a power bottom vibe, though. I create a lot of power from underneath.
I'm gonna be honest, though, it's not always the big dude that's on top, man. It's like we have gay uncles. It's fucking it'll surprise you.
But I realized, as much as I hated being by myself, I love having someone to talk to. And the fact that, and if there's one thing that I could wish everyone in the world had was at least one person that they could talk to, because that one person to talk to will make so much difference in your life. It will make the horrible times so much less horrible. They're not going to make them better, but it'll make them less horrible.
Yeah, I mean, again, even if you have to pay somebody, having you got to get it out there. That's important. But I do want to talk about being alone a little bit because I don't talk about this a lot. So thank you for bringing it up. I'm never alone. I'm a never a loner, right? So I'm alone in my studio or whatever. But my family is here, and at any moment my son could come in and not this. I call my studio the daycare because when I started here, I had little kids. And so it's just, they don't give a fuck if the recording light's on. They just come in, and that's the way I want it to be. I always want them to be like, yeah, my dad was home all the time. But, but then I'm on the road and I'm in a bus or I'm backstage, but there's 9 guys on the road with me or there's other bands or whatever. So I have just like super recently started actually, just on this last vacation we went on, I had to spend some time alone because, again, my UC's flared up and I couldn't go on the excursions. And so I was just like kind of walking around by myself, and I'd go and there's a Disney cruise. So I went and drew Goofy, and I man, this is kind of cool. Like, I actually kind of like this a little bit, but I wouldn't want to be forced, to be alone. I know a lot of people that were alone at COVID and it drove them absolutely bonkers. So I'm glad you made it out on this side of it. But, I think that you've got to find that balance, right? Of you do need to learn to enjoy time by yourself. But then again, you also have to get out there and socialize, and you have to share and get things out. It's so important, because again, Adam Ramey, who just took his own life about 4 weeks ago. I mean, there's not one of his friends or his wife or anybody. He didn't confide in it. Nobody knows what the fuck. We just don't know what happened. So
it's sad.
Have you ever been through those times though, where you're surrounded by people, but you still feel alone?
Oh yeah. Oh,
I've been through those. Those are, they're not only rough, but they're confusing.
Sure.
You're like, I know these people love me.
Right.
I'm surrounded with love. I'm surrounded by people I love back.
Right.
And yet something inside of me still feels alone.
Working on, though, me and my own self showing myself grace, learning to be, to get out there and fight for myself. I will fucking just tell people, like, I'll tell my wife, like, hey, I'm having a really low time today, this week, whatever. Just, I want you to know that this is the thing. There's literally nothing you can do. Please don't ask me if there's anything you can do. And I'm, whatever, because I've just learned to communicate through it. But I do it on the road too. Like now, I didn't, again, I felt alone for years and years and years. And I almost broke my band up because I didn't want to share with all this crazy shit that was going on in my head. And then once I finally just started talking about it, so now I just tell the band, I tell the crew, whatever, like, hey, I'm having a kind of a fucked up day. Nothing happened. I just don't feel good. And I'm anxious and I feel very low and I feel very alone. And there's nothing you can do except for just be there. And, and they're all so awesome. Like, cause they're supportive and, but you know what that does, Tristan? It gets them talking to me about their shit. It's awesome. Cause then they'll come to me and go, man, I'm having like I'm really anxious right now. Like, do you have any thoughts on that or whatever? I sure as fuck do. I sure do. Drink a bunch of water, go out there and feel the sun on your face.
Touch grass.
Yeah. We don't really see grass. You know what I mean? Like we're in parking lots, so like, if you can, you do, but I'm like, go feel the sun on your face. Go, if you can, put your feet in the grass. But and then it's been shit on by a homeless guy. You can't count on
it. I tell Kip this all the time because, like, I work in a big warehouse. I'm surrounded by concrete with very little window. I'm not seeing the grass. I'm not seeing the sun. I'm not smelling the fresh air all day long.
Right.
And we have this beautiful man-made beach by us that I'm like, dude, sometimes I just, even if it's just for a half hour, even if it's just for an hour, I just got to go dip myself in the water and just chill and do nothing.
Yeah.
Like I could just sit there and have the same conversation I'm having now, just submerge, but I feel better because I'm outside. I feel the sun. I see the sky. I hear other people and the birds.
Yeah.
I need that sometimes.
It's so magical.
Going off of something you said, Jaret, you had mentioned, or you were talking about, telling people that you're just having a bad time. Just get it out there. Leave me alone. That's fine.
And not even really. And hold that thought. But I do want to say, like, I just tell them because I'm a fixer, right? So one of the things that I had to learn is that, my wife dealing with my anxiety, and then she's anxious. And then I'm like, well, what can I fucking do to fix it? Whatever, blah, 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 what can I do? Blah, blah, blah. And I'm making it worse for her. I don't want people doing that to me. So what I say is, like, listen, there's nothing you can do. Thank you. And I will let you know if there is, but if I'm quiet, I tell my tour manager, hey, if I get snippy, just know I'm going through this or whatever. Guys, if y'all see me crying, you can put your hand on my shoulder. That's great. But there's nothing you can do, But yes, Kip, go ahead. I'm sorry.
But that's actually, you kind of hit right on that. What I was going to say is being historically the sounding board for people.
Yeah.
One of the most important things and I want people to understand this that are listening to this. One of the most important things you can do as a supportive friend is shut the fuck up.
Listen.
If somebody says, I don't want to talk, and Tristan and I go through this all the time. When he's down, I'll say, hey, I know what's going on. Something's wrong.
Yeah.
When you're ready to talk, I'm over here.
Yeah.
And if I'm the same way, he'll do the same thing. It's because we know.
Yeah.
First of all, we know the signs.
Right.
Second of all, we both know not to push.
But also,
because pushing can do more harm than.
That's right.
This,
if you're making
extremely
soup,
relevant to me,
you can still offer him soup. You know what I mean? Like, you're like, hey, I know. Would
you like a warm beverage?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, like, hey, I'm going to crack open a beer. You want one or whatever? Like, those are it's bringing that sense of normalcy, of like going, hey, okay, you're doing that or whatever. I'm carrying on. in life, and I'm still gonna, you're there, kind of thing. But yeah, I agree.
This is super relevant to me, and you don't know this, but you actually helped out a very bad week last week. Let me backtrack. Yes, let me backtrack and explain. I told Kip going into last week, because last week was Father's Day, but for me, last week was Father's Day, my son's 20th birthday, and my favorite family member, who is like a sister to me, moved on Friday with my nieces to Florida. Like, she's like my rock, it's when it comes to my family, my actual blood, like, she's my favorite, my number one.
Yeah.
I haven't seen my son, unfortunately, in 2 years. He won't tell me why. We're going through our own thing. We're going to figure it out someday. I'm giving him his space and his time. So, being a rough week like that for me last week, on his birthday was the day I randomly, it was like, you know what? I'm going to try and take this shit day and turn it around. And I was like, I'm feeling lucky today. And that's when I messaged you. I was like, bro, I'm feeling lucky. We're going to have some friggin' fun. What do you say? Let's do this. And you messaged me back and you were like, absolutely, sounds good. When do you want to do it? And it didn't, obviously that wasn't going to turn my week completely around. But man, that put me in a better mindset. Just that one little thing. Yeah. And it just goes to show those are 3 big things for me.
Dude.
But just that one little thing from a total stranger. Mm-hmm. Like, I know you, but I don't know you.
Yeah.
But that one little thing just was like, all right, I can still salvage this week. I can make this week good. I couldn't because then I got sick. But it's possible
around here.
You know what I mean? Like, shit like that. Like, I like people to know and hear, because just it doesn't matter if you're a forklift driver in a warehouse or if you're a rock star or anyone in between. Like, those little things that you do for people or say, they matter and they build up whether you know it or not. And you don't know what anybody's going through at the time.
Yeah.
And it could totally change their mindset of the day.
So, kudos to you. Any one of those 3 things could have triggered you into a spiral, and again, I don't know what you do, meds and psychiatry and or therapy wise and all that shit. But, Father's Day when you're not in touch with your son, your son's birthday when you're not in touch with your son, and then your family, really, you just spoke about your nieces. We talked about Paw Patrol. Like, obviously I know that they're important to you, and so any one of those 3 things could have just sent you into a week of laying in the fetal position in your bed. And what you did is you showed yourself some grace, you breathed through it, and you said, hey, I'm going to fucking do something. I'm going to try something positive, And you know what? I mean, here we are talking. This is great, but it's really, that's on you, man. That's you. Yeah. That's you making an effort for your own happiness, your own mental health. It's so important. So important.
Well, I wish more people knew this, but like, it's okay to be depressed. It's okay to be down and to take time to yourself, but wallowing isn't going to get you anywhere.
Right. Well,
you are the only person that can pull you out of it. Everybody else can show you support and love and be there for you to help you come out of it.
Yeah.
But you're the only one that can pull yourself out of it.
100%. You can make you can make the strides. You can listen. You can let people be there for you. There's a lot of things. And you know what? Hey, to those that need that time, that need to stay in bed for a week, and their small victory is getting up and brushing their teeth and feeding their dog, fucking A. Those are victories. You know what I mean? We all have to deal with it the way that we have to deal with it. And nobody's depression is the same as anybody else's depression. Nobody's anxiety is the same as anybody else's anxiety. In fact, you look at like you're sick right now. Well, if I've never been sick before and you try to describe to me how you feel, I don't know. I don't know what a broken arm feels like. I've never broke my arm. I assume it sucks, and you could tell me, and I could maybe get a little bit of a thing, but I don't know that. I don't know if I've never had a panic attack and you describe a panic attack to me. Still don't know what that feels like.
You have no frame of reference.
I have no frame of reference. I've had panic attacks, but I don't know that my panic attacks are the same as yours, and so that's the thing, right? That's where we all have to be better listeners we don't necessarily have to understand. What we have to do is hear, right? So if you're my friend, you're sharing this thing with me, I want you to feel heard, but it doesn't necessarily mean that I have to understand it or that I have to know what it feels like. None of that, it's all I know is you're my boy and you're going through some shit.
Yeah.
Right?
You don't always have to understand it. You don't always have to have good advice to give back.
No.
But if I can say the words to you,
as Kip said, sometimes the last thing we want is advice.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just got to shut your mouth and listen.
Dude, I say it all the time.
Hear the words.
When I put shit about my weight on the internet, right? And I say it all the time. Please, I'm 53. I was on Herbalife when I was in the 7th grade. I've done the Atkins. I've done this. I've done them all. I've done everything that you're going to come to me and tell me to do. I've already fucking done it. Don't come to me with advice. I'm sharing on the internet that, I'm fucking trying to do better and trying to lose a few weight. I don't need, and still people have to fucking come to me. Oh, dude, here's what you got to do. Let me do your macros, or let's do this and blah, 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 and yada, yada. It's fucking common sense. I need to fucking eat different and move more.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Just like mental health, everybody's weight loss journey is different.
Oh, 100%, right? So
God, I hate when people tell you this is what you got to do.
Oh, it's the fucking work. You got to go on the military diet. You get to have ice cream.
Like I know I need to eat chicken and vegetables. I know I need to go to the gym.
Of course.
But guess what? A cheeseburger and a movie marathon is so much easier.
It sounds great.
Buffalo wings and curly fries. You cannot. I love food. Fuck you.
Same,
I love food.
Yeah.
It's just, but again, people have to have their thing. And then, so it really bothers me though, when that transfers into mental health stuff, where you're just like, oh, dude, you just.
Uh-oh.
You just what? Don't leave us hanging.
I'll tell people to fuck off, but it's when they do it to other people, and I see people giving other people advice. Oh no, you don't. You don't have depression. You just need to take magnesium or whatever. Man, fuck you.
Better living in chemistry.
You just need some vitamin D.
God damn it, man! People and their stupid.
I've tried a lot of the different supplements, and that's all bullshit.
Listen, I mean, look, I know.
For me, it's all bullshit. Let's put it that way.
Everybody's journey and everything is different, right? So everybody's weight loss is different. Everybody's mental health is different. All of that. It's just, we all have different scenarios. We have different life experiences. We have different daily experiences. We have different environments. We have different cultures. It just, there's no. My doctor was so rad, and I have this fucking track record of doctors that retire. And it's weird. It's like all at weird times. So I was going to the same doctor for 10 years, and he's the one that helped me through, got me medicated, got me to start doing shit for my own mental health and all that stuff. And then he retired super early because he's a Native American, and he wanted to start working up in Oklahoma at the reservation. It's fucking great, but I'm still pissed because he was so rad. But when I started getting on the meds or whatever, his whole thing was like, look, if there was a magic pill, we would all just take it, And when somebody puts something like that, that's so simple to you, and you just go, oh, well, yeah, that makes sense. So it's like the stupid A&R guy who ended up going to jail, by the way, for bad things. But he said to me one day, he said, hits don't grow on trees. And I was like, fuck, I hate your guts, but God, that makes a lot of sense. That's really good.
The simplest way you can possibly put it.
Sometimes the simplest of things. And it's so there's not a magic pill. There's not, there just isn't. And what works for you may not work for everybody. So just to talk about meds for a second, Tristan, because you brought up mental health, I do want to say that if I've kept anybody listening this long, sometimes there's a lot of trial and error when it comes to medication for anxiety, for depression. It took me about 18 months to figure it out. I tried everything, Prozac, Wellbutrin, blah, blah, blah. I ended up on a combination of Lexapro and Effexor that I still take to this day. Tried to get off the Lexapro. It was the worst idea I ever had in my life. I learned that crawling in my skin. I know what that lyric means now. Like fucking A. And then I have emergency 6 little bitty Xanaxes that I just carry with me. I never take them. And
just kind of break glass in case of emergency.
Just in case of some shit, right? And I throw them away every year and I get 6 new ones. And, there's people that are going, whoa, hold on. What do you do?
Does it feel like a victory when you get to the end of the year and you got all 6 to toss?
No, because I don't think about it like that. You know what? I guess it sort of does. I guess it's a victory in that, not that I didn't take them. It's a victory that I didn't need them.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's not like I'm not going, I'm not trying not to take them. I just am in a place in my life and in a place of my own self-care, with my own relationship with my mental health, issues, that I just don't need them. And, but again, I have them. And I will, every once in a while, I break the glass. It's not a lot, but most of the time I don't. But, sometimes my wife will just be like, hey, you don't have to sit here and suffer. It's like, when you get a cold and so, would you just take the fucking Dayquil? You don't have to sit there and suffer, but you'll just be like, I'm fine. Hold on. Fuck, I'm going to drink some tea or something. And you're just like, if you take the Dayquil though, you'll just feel better. And my wife is really good about that. Like, oh, you just want to sit around and suffer? And okay, well, yeah, that's fine too. And you're just, God damn it, I'll just take the fucking thing.
I get the same shit because I hate taking aspirin. I hate taking pills in general.
Right.
But I'm diabetic, so I take what I have to take in the morning because otherwise I'm gonna have bigger problems. But when I get a headache, I usually just suffer through it because I don't want to take aspirin. It's completely illogical. It makes no sense.
Yeah.
But I always get it from my folks. I always got it growing up from my folks. Just take something.
So I was weird about pills. I'm weird about pills too. And that's part of what happened with this whole fucking mental health thing, because I've always been one of those guys who my brother's a recovering drug addict. My parents are recovering alcoholics. And I was just like, yeah, drugs just aren't really my thing. I'm just not going to take shit. Right. So I just was always weird about taking pills. Well, I got ulcerative colitis when I was 19 years old and essentially had to be told, you're going to be on this medication for the rest of your life. And I still am 53 now. And I'm on a version of that same medication. Well, then you fucking get, to your, so in my family, doesn't matter your weight, doesn't matter you just have hypertension. All of us, my younger brother, who is in the best shape of anybody I've ever known in my life, to my older sisters, we all have it. So we're medicated for that. So I'm the same way with you, so I was just, so I'm just going to take more pills, and my doctor, the Dr. Santiago, who retired, was like, well, what's the alternative? You want to just keep feeling like this? You want to just not be able to function? You want to be in the fetal position for 2 weeks, at a time or whatever? Or do you want to get back out there and write some fucking songs? And I was like, okay, I'll try the medication, and I figured it out. But dude, between the ulcerative colitis, between the mental stuff, between the stuff that I have to take for my knee or whatever, I'm taking, and I have to take this heart thing now. I don't have heart issues. It's a thing because I started getting these phantom chest pains, but I'm good. My heart's all fine and everything, but it's essentially just masks that. But I take, and then vitamin D supplements or whatever. I take 17 pills a day now.
I thought I was bad
17.
with 6.
And
bad
but
with
that's
6.
again, that's allergy. It's I take a Pepsid AC, or no, what a Prytech OTC. I take that. Again, it's
I take one of those too, so I get it.
You know what I mean? So 17 fucking pills a day now. And so
that made me think of the Wilford Brimley diabetes thing.
The diabetes. Yeah. Son of a bitch. But yeah.
My wife's been dead for 20 years. So.
Are we going to talk about wrestling?
Dude, I was just about to say to Kip, I was like, no bullshit. I just texted Kip. I was like, I want to talk to him about Phineas and Ferb and wrestling and do our questionnaire, but I don't want to rush you. But also, I don't want to keep you from your family all night long. You know what I mean?
They're fine. My wife just got back from New York. My son, remember, he's on a call.
Yeah.
So she's in the bathtub.
He's still on a call.
He's on a call. Good. I'm having a lot of fun. So let's just
good.
Yeah,
and I'm glad we got the important. I'm glad we got the important, like, actual real stuff out.
Yeah.
Do that.
Hey, and again, I'm an open book. If there's something we didn't cover, I will. I do just want to add one more thing though about Punk Rock Saves Lives.
Please do.
So
please.
Our mission, though, another one of our missions is, and a big part of what we do is, we tour with bands, with festivals, and we swab people to try and get you put into the bone marrow registry. Okay. Essentially, you come up to the booth, we swab your cheek, we send it in, we take care of everything. You fill out a form. 1 in 500 people is a match for somebody that needs a bone marrow transplant. Right. So if you do end up being a match, it comes to you, it goes to the person or whatever. If we connect you guys and it's going to happen, we pay for everything so that you're then the transplant happens or whatever. So just in Bowling for Soup alone, Punk Rock Saves Lives touring with us, just Bowling for Soup in the last couple of years, we have saved 20 human beings.
Oh, wow.
20 people wouldn't be on the earth anymore had those people not come to a Bowling for Soup show, gone up to the booth, got swabbed, matched, went, made the thing or whatever. But we're doing it at Warped Tour. We're doing it at Riot Fest. We're doing it at Punk Rock Bowling, hopefully on the Simple Plan Tour this year. So very important stuff. And we're always willing to take volunteers. punkrocksaveslives.org. And you get into a show for free, get to meet a bunch of people, and it's good stuff. So can't say enough great things about the work that we're doing in punkrocksaveslives.org. Plus, we're giving out fentanyl test kits, women's hygiene products, condoms. List goes on and on and on. We're giving all of that stuff out for free every single night at these shows.
That's amazing.
And
that's amazing. And at festivals, that's important. I mean,
we're doing a lot of stuff. Yeah.
I actually miss doing the old Riot Fest shows because we used to set up a ring next to the guy, the big barrel where the guy would get on the motorcycle and drive around it.
God,
like this.
I love that thing.
We would set up the ring next to him. We would do matches, and he would stand up there and watch us. And then we would finish the matches, and we would go all in gear up there and stand and watch him.
Yeah.
And then we would all go across the campground and watch ICP or some weird crap like that.
Yeah, it's good stuff, man.
Riot Fest was always a fun.
Riot Fest. We just played for the first time last year. There's a few festivals that historically just don't think that we're cool enough. And so the two that are still left are Fest down in Florida and Punk Rock Bowling, which seems like a no-brainer to me, but they don't think we're cool enough. So we've never done it, but we have done Riot Fest.
Oh.
What was the one that you were just doing with when Dan came out on stage with you guys?
That was Warped Tour, but Dan came out
for
when we were young as well. So we're talking Phineas and Ferb. Dan came out. He does a thing where he comes out as Dr. Hans Doofenshmirtz. And he's a very recognizable guy. It's so funny. During COVID, he was starting his TikTok, and I should have just ridden those coattails. But at the time, people were still telling me that site was just for kids, and so I fucked off and didn't do anything. And now he has 8 million followers, and so it is. It's great. But yeah, just being associated with that show is so rad. I've been there since the beginning. And
how did that happen? How did you get Phineas and Ferb? Who approached you? How'd you end up there?
Yeah. So what's cool about my career is a lot of this stuff that I do has been very, very organic in that it just comes to me. And that was one of these things. The theme song was written and they had the first 12, 13 episodes done, or at least, done like where they're starting to pitch things. But it's like, I don't know if you guys have ever seen like a animated show that's like in the process of being done, but sometimes like it'll be animation and then it'll turn to shitty animation and then it'll just be a storyboard but there's still like fake dialogue going and stuff. So I went and I watched a few episodes after they found me, but basically I got a call from Disney and they were like, hey, there's these two dudes. They both worked on The Simpsons. One, then he went to Family Guy. The other one went on to start Rocko's Modern Life. And they're huge Bowling for Soup fans, and they want to talk to you about doing the theme. Now, I'd already done Jimmy Neutron and a couple of other things, but also I had been trying to pit, like I'd gotten tied to a couple of shows here and there. And when you get tied to a show, essentially you start to create music for the show as it's being pitched. And then if it doesn't get picked up, everything you did is just gone. I mean, they own it and it's gone forever. And you did all of that work in hopes that the show would get picked up, but it didn't. Way more shows don't get picked up than do, right? But they go through the process on all of them. So I was a little bit like, all right, whatever. We'll see what happens. So I went to LA to take the meeting. And the night before, Steel Panther were still playing at the Key Club every week. And so I went and saw Steel Panther. And I woke up the next day, the most hungover person that's ever lived in the history of the world. And my manager called me and he goes, hey, the car's downstairs. And I just go, yeah, I'm not going to go. And so my manager is like, he never tells me what to do ever. Like he never, it's just like, yeah, all right, fuck it then, whatever. And he just goes, go get in the car, like get down there and get in the car right now. And I was just like, Jaret, go get in the car. So I go and I get in the car and pull up to Disney again. I'm feeling like shit. And we went, first thing we did, me, Swampy, Dan, and Jay Stutler, who was the guy that I'd been in contact with. We go to lunch. First thing I find out, you can cuss on the Disney lot. So I'm fucking stoked about that. And then we go into our meeting and there's like a big sign. It says, welcome Jaret from Bowling for Soup. And it's the Phineas and Ferb guys or whatever. And I just fell in love with these guys, man. I fell in love with them. I fell in love with the characters, the show. And so they were like, hey, here's what we want. We already got this theme. We want Bowling for Soup to perform it, but we want you to write it into like a full song. Can you make this theme song into like a 3.5-minute radio single? And that's where Today Is Going to Be a Great Day came from. And then they were also like, hey, I heard you were an actor and you're getting into voiceover and stuff again. And I went and read for the drummer for Love Handle and I got cast as the singer. And then they gave me an open door to come in and write songs anytime I wanted. And so, that whole relationship has lasted through the, the first run of the show. And now we're back. So
it was wild.
How many songs do you actually have?
I probably have 10 songs that I have
either put out an EP.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, and also like, so there's a difference too. Like some of them I write and some of them I sing and some of them I write and sing. So like, my favorite is Robot Riot. It's in the first movie and I like pop out of this tank and I'm like, Phineas, anything we can do to help? And that's my, like, I just did Chucky. I'm like, Phineas, hey, Phineas, anything we can do to help? Right, there it is. And then we start singing, this is a robot riot. And, I made the dog bark. But yeah, it's been awesome. I co-wrote Izzy's Got the Frizzies and Bouncing Around the World, but I sang Klimpaloon. Yeah, it's just been quite a few. There's a bunch of Love Handle episodes where I sing a bunch of songs where I didn't write any of them. There's one where like one of my favorites is we're following around this delivery driver the whole day. And every single one of his deliveries, I just pop out and sing a song like, okay, now we're on delivery number 11. And then the elevator closes on my head and shit. You know, it's just really, really fun stuff.
I'm ashamed to admit how long the show was on the air before I realized that was a full song with more lyrics and more to it than just what was shown at the beginning of the show.
Well, there's no reason you would have known that because it was only used for marketing, and then it was on the album and stuff. But so this is what's crazy, guys. Until I just redid the theme song by changing one word, by the way, instead of there's 104 days, I go, there's another 104 days. And that's the
which we watched yesterday.
That's the only change, right? So that particular version now, I'm finally on TikTok, all the social media shit. But but Disney never put the original version on. So even on Dan's videos, all of his videos, I'd just go, who is this imposter singing this song? Because it wasn't me.
Yeah, it took Spotify for me to realize that it had so much more to it. And I was like, this is actually really good. This is better than the actual theme song on the show,
Yeah, well, it's funny because I wrote it in the limo home, and I sent it to him. I literally wrote it
like
in the
that
limo,
day.
That day, I wrote it in the limo back to my hotel, cut the demo in my hotel room, and then sent it. And they sent me back notes. I got home the next day and I cut the demo.
They're like,
we were
dear
done.
Jaret, we know you can cuss on the lot, but not in the song.
Yeah, no, they
so
were.
The mouse doesn't like that.
Jaret, you'll appreciate this. We were sitting here yesterday, and talking about this interview and hang out with you and stuff. And he goes, or we were flipping through Disney Plus, and I go, oh wait, there's Phineas and Ferb. I haven't seen the new ones yet.
Yeah.
He goes, I watched the first one, and I'm so disappointed in this. I go,
Oh, no.
why?
Not
He goes,
the show.
He goes,
not the
no,
show.
not the show, not the show. He goes, they didn't play the theme song in the first episode.
They didn't. You're right.
And I'm like, let's watch it. Let me see what happens. And
You're right.
I think I have an idea.
They open up with it's the summer
with another
song.
number.
This son of a bitch is right on what he said, though.
Yeah.
So I go, but he goes, why didn't they play the song? I said, because it wasn't summer vacation yet. You can't sing the summer vacation song without it being summer vacation. And immediately goes, if it's not on the second one, I'm rioting. I'm pissed.
Dude,
so he plays the second one.
Didn't it just seem like an episode or like something out of the Grease movie? To me,
it did. It was very Grease Lightning or something.
It's brilliant. It's brilliant. But we did the same thing. I said to my son, we're assholes. We still make him go to bed at bedtime during the summer. And so he had like 20 minutes left. I go, oh, let's watch the first episode of Phineas and Ferb. I can hear myself, it's double D. And anyway, the theme never played or whatever. And we did the same thing. I was just like, yeah, okay, well, I guess it's just not on this episode, but it makes total sense. Kip, you just broke it down. I mean, you're right. It's not summer vacation yet.
He was so pissed at me when I was right. It was amazing.
I was
hilarious.
Like, I wanted the theme,
and of course we watched the beginning of the second episode where they actually played the theme song. Yeah, and we both sang it at the top of our lungs like a couple of morons. It was fantastic.
Well, to me, that goes back to, like I was saying earlier, that was something that me and my son we loved. We absolutely loved. He would always pick Halloween costumes that they weren't out there yet. So like one year he wanted to be Slimer from Ghostbusters. So I had to make him a Slimer costume.
Good for you.
Which looked like a green silky trash bag. And I felt so bad, but he loved it. He thought it was the greatest thing ever. And then I taught myself to sew, and I'll have to send you the picture when I find it. I made a Perry the Platypus costume when one didn't exist. And I learned how to make like a bodysuit and the feet, the everything. He had everything. And like the song and everything. And I told him, I said, I think I know why I love this show. It is his generation's version of the Animaniacs. You learn something. It's fun. It's silly. There's songs.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of wild characters.
Yeah.
You know?
Man, the writing is so smart. Like I always say it's like Shrek without the fart jokes, but with better music. You know, like it's because
you're not biased there or anything, are you?
They make I have a whole Shrek thing, by the way. But do you guys want to hear my Shrek story?
Absolutely.
Please.
Fucking I think it's Shrek 2. Which anyway, I get the call. Shrek 2. No, it's Shrek 3. Shrek 3 is looking for their theme. They have, of course, hey now, you're a rock Temptin', because that was every pitch you got back then was, we want something that's kind of like Hey Now You're a Rock Star by Smash Mouth. Like every single cartoon. Oh, we want this. We want this. I mean, the amount of money they must have made off that guitar, that song, fucking A. But anyway, so they tempt in High School Never Ends. And they actually put an ad out and they were like, hey, we want to go with this vibe or whatever. So I write them a song and I'm in the running. Like I'm in the like the last 3 dudes that are going to get it. And then fucking Adam from Counting Crows writes his first happy song ever about strawberry ice cream or some shit. And they're just like, well, nope, we're going with the strawberry ice cream, blagga. And I'm like, oh, I fucking love the Counting Crows, but I like my Counting Crows miserable.
Oh, Adam is fantastic, but
oh my God,
he's so much better when he's depressed. And I hate saying that because that sounds
the nicest human being that is. He is so sweet, and he's just so great. I was pissed, guys. I'm like, I'm getting beat by the Counting Crows, but not even Counting Crows. I'm getting beat by happy Counting Crows. What the fuck is happening right now?
That's like asking Elton John, and I'd be like, you know what? We're gonna go with Judas Priest instead.
Yeah, totally, man.
Wait, what?
He writes his first happy song. He's never written a happy song ever, and the world
needed a happy Counting Crows song.
God damn it! Yes, they did, and it was perfect. And that's the whole. This is why I almost didn't go to the meeting, guys. Because you just never fucking know. But
hey man, not everybody can be Bon Jovi. We can't all just go off and write music for movies whenever the hell we want, you know?
Dude, Bryan Adams, that dude's run was unbelievable. Like nobody.
You guys covered Bryan, didn't you?
Well, we did
Summer of '69.
Our first major label record, 2000. Let's Do It for Johnny. We did Summer of '69. So there's a whole generation of human beings that don't know that that's a cover song. They think it's our song. So,
oh, that's all right. That's Spotify amazing. Seems to think that you guys did the oh God, what song was it? Stacy's Mom.
Stacy's Mom. Well, here's the thing, because we were getting credit for it for so long, we just put out our own version.
Did you really? You guys did a cover of that too, didn't you?
Yeah, we did a cover of it, and it fucking does great. But for 9 years. People were coming to our shows going, play Stacy's Mom, or I'm Stacy's mom, or my mom's Stacy's mom. And I'd be like, oh, hi, Stacy, whatever.
Like, cool. Fountains of Wayne. Awesome.
Whatever. Fountains of Wayne.
I love Fountains of Wayne and all.
Back to High School Never Ends. Me and Adam Schlesinger from Fountains of Wayne wrote High School Never Ends.
Nice.
See?
I love Fountains of Wayne, but there was something wrong with Stacy's mom. Like, there had to be something mentally disturbed about Stacy's mom.
Have you seen?
She was teasing a 13-year-old. That's not right.
Do y'all know Will King from? He's this Nashville songwriter, and he did a version. He did this.
Yeah, something's wrong with Stacy's mom.
Something's wrong with Stacy's mom. You know,
that is
so good,
fantastic.
So, Jared, I've got to ask you one question. It's been burning a hole in my head since I found out we were going to do this.
Okay.
Who is the girl all the bad guys want?
Well, so
who was this woman? Because she's an amazing woman.
What I love about that song is that I had so I'd never done a co-write before. I had only written my own shit. I'd written a few songs with the guys in the band early in Bowling Pursuit. But you know, when we got on Jive, the first record, I wrote all of it. I wrote the whole Drunk Enough to Dance record. But we were going to work with our very first outside producer, and it was Butch Walker, who is one of the greatest. He's a musician's musician. Everybody loves him, and God damn it, it was just such a great experience, and we learned so much, and just had so many laughs. But he and I, the idea was for us to, at some point during the time that we were in Atlanta doing the record, to write a song together. And so I got there the first day, and he picks me up, and he takes me over to his sister's house to watch him get his hair cut. And, it was just very, oh, okay, we're just life shit, And then we dove into the record, but we had started talking about these bands at the time. Again, this is 2002. So these bands that are mad at their dads, right? So we were just talking about the mad at their dad bands. And these were like all the bands that were on MTV at the time. It was, the Disturbs and the Stains and the Puddles of Muds and that whole thing was hot. All those guys are great. It's just, that was the thing, it's just like, God, everybody's so pissed off at their fathers right now. These dads must have just been terrible. And so that is actually where the idea for the song started, was singers that are mad at their dad, right? So that's in the song. Mm-hmm. And then he came up with that riff. I didn't even know what drop D tuning was. Had zero idea. And he came up with that riff. And then he had and when she walks, all the wind blows and the angels sing. And in the studio we went and wrote that song. And so the Girl All the Bad Guys Want sort of was like this afterthought of the singers that are mad at their dad. And gosh, did it work out great. That song came out as a rock song, did not do well, and then crossed over to pop, got nominated for a Grammy, became a pop hit, got us a chance to do a third major label record, and, led into, Punk Rock 101 did really well as well after that. But then, got into 1985, Almost, Ohio, and then, from there we went. But yeah, I just the name Nona too. That was Butch's idea. It was so old school, it was just like Nona, whose name is fucking Nona,
Yeah. And I don't know who did the casting, but I guarantee every guy back then that was a fan fell in love with the woman in the video.
So I am
a perfect choice.
I'm a credit giver, so I don't take credit for anything that I didn't do. So I could sit here and tell you all the lines I wrote and blah, 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 and how the video parts that were my idea or whatever. We made that video without the girl in it. There was no Girl the Bad Guys Want. It was just us doing us and doing the thing, and doing the Stained parodies and all of that shit. Love and that video fantastic. Went to the label Jive at the time, biggest independent label, sold for $4 billion. The dude Clive Calder bought a fucking island, and nobody's ever heard from him again.
Good on him.
Yeah. So Barry Weiss was the president of the label at the time, still an independent label. And Barry Weiss said, "This is great, but where's the girl? Where's the Girl All the Bad Guys Want?" And so that was shot after the fact.
Yeah.
But what's great about it is that led itself into a trope that Bowling for Soup used to do in our videos. And I don't know if you guys have ever noticed, but we always throw back to the single before in our music videos. So the Bitch song video is playing on the television when she walks up. Right?
Yeah. When she's staring in the window.
And then it goes, and then Bowling for Soup comes on. She watches the whole thing, shrugs it off or whatever, but just absolutely beautiful girl. And all of that added and shot after the fact. And again, sometimes labels know what they're doing. You can't just be a dick and just say fuck labels all the time. I mean, that was their idea, and they put the money up and filmed that extra footage and put it in there. And I honestly think that it was very, very important.
She kind of started my love of alternative chicks. That's all I can say. I mean,
I'll tell you,
she's what else she loved though?
She's a photographer now, and her name's Lindy, and she is a photographer. She lives in Iowa, and she is like an organic farmer and like not an actress at all, and just like a normal, just lives her life.
That's amazing.
But you know what else she loves in the music video and in the song?
Watching wrestling.
Exactly.
He's watching wrestling.
Yeah, we won't talk about what she does over Tough Guys, though.
Who's the big Alexa Bliss fan? Because I think it was like you and one of your sons, right?
So here's the story about the Alexa Bliss thing. My son, Jack, who's 19 now.
Which, by the way, way better song than it has any right to be.
We
were rocking out to that the other day.
What? Alexa Bliss?
Yes.
Yeah, nothing.
I'm not quite sure how
Sorry.
to help you with that.
Nothing. You can't. When I was recording that song, they were just going off all over the house. Everywhere.
Awesome.
I was so proud of that moment.
I was supposed to spell it, but I took my son, Jack, got into wrestling just at this, just random.
Kids do it. It happens.
It was, I did the same thing when I was around his age or whatever. So again, this is, many years ago. And he was like, he started watching it, and then, I'd be like, hey man, let's watch this or whatever. And he go, hey, they're coming to town. So I was a wrestling fan when I was a kid. I'm a Von Erichs guy. I watched World Class Championship Wrestling literally as a religion. It was my shit. I had Kerry Von Erich, Kevin Von Erich, David Von Erich, Mike Von Erich, all on my wall with all my heavy metal posters and shit. Did
you ever go to the Sportatorium?
No, I was too little, so I never got to go to the Sportatorium. Yeah, I love it. See, and what a great movie. I think they did a good job. So,
I'm going to let you finish, but then I'm going to tell you something that I'm just going to flat out predict it might make you like me like 2% more.
Let me tell you this. I don't know if you know this, but I actually used the Von Erich name for the first 15 years of Bowling for Soup, Jaret Von Erich. And Kevin Von Erich actually made me an honorary Von Erich. So I am technically Jaret Von Erich.
Brother, we got something in common. I'm not going to skip over it. I'm going to just go right now. My tag team partner for the last 13 years is the son of Freebird Buddy Roberts Sr.
No fucking way. Okay.
So, all right. So the name Tristan Hayes I've had for 22 years. So before I met him, I was already Tristan Hayes. No intention. Just I took that name. It's a stage name.
Yeah.
I took the name Hayes because that was my grandfather's favorite wrestler, and I just changed the spelling of it, right?
Michael Hayes?
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, fast forward to 2011. Him and I become friends. We start tagging, and we jokingly say to his dad one day, they're like,
"You're a power bottom, right?"
Of course. Always.
Always in the tag team.
Always.
Okay.
Everybody else gets the
He's
hot
always
tag.
taking the heat. He's always taking the heat.
But we jokingly said to his dad, we were like, well, damn, we should just, we got a Hayes and a Roberts. We should just continue the Freebird name. And so he gives us the blessing. You know? So we get the blessing from Michael Hayes. We get the blessing from the remaining members of the Gordy family.
Yeah.
We start becoming the Freebirds. We got the rebel flag robe doing our thing, going everywhere. We go to Texas about a month after the Von Erich kids are there. They start planning Von Erichs versus Freebirds. The place is sold out. We got a house that's huge. We're there. And this is 2015, right? What did everybody watch during COVID? Tiger King, right?
Yeah.
2015, when all that was happening, we're in Texas. We get to the show. It's for the NWA. And we're there, and there's a cage in the corner of the building, and they've got little baby tigers in it, like 6 months old. So we go over, and we're playing with them, messing around. Come to find out, the guy who owns it is also going to commentate the matches that night. I'm like, all right, that's kind of weird, but cool. So guy commentates our match. Skip forward a couple of years, we're watching stuff. We look on TV, it's the friggin' Tiger King.
No way.
So we've got this weird video of us in the NWA in Texas, as the Freebirds with Joe Exotic commentating our match.
And did you fight the kids, the boys?
We could never get it. We could never get it booked. Kevin, unfortunately, he had no problem with our ability, but you've seen all the Von Erichs. They all look like Greek gods. The Freebirds all look like, guys you'd pull out of a bar. Me and Buddy Roberts Sr. or Jr. look no different than that,
Right.
We look like, your average barroom brawlers.
Right.
He just didn't believe that we could be heels to their good guys. He just didn't think we could. They wanted to do it. We wanted to do it. Just could never get it booked. But
he's very old school in the way he thinks. So you got to be able to match person to person. It just doesn't work.
Well,
honorary Von Erich,
honorary Von Erich,
adopted Freebird.
In fact, he actually. So when I stopped using the name, because his daughter, so Kristen, who was actually born before the boys, but isn't in the movie because they wanted it to movie wise, they wanted to be movie magic. So they wanted the boys to be there and like, these are the wrestlers, but Kristen was born before they were. And she went to college in Denton. And anyway, was sort of like this go-between with me and Kevin. And he used to try to come to shows, but his knees were so bad. And, we were just playing shitty bars and stuff. But anyway, when I stopped using the name, it actually, he was just like, hey, I understand or whatever. And, and I was like, dude, I only stopped using the name because it complicated the songwriting shit. Like I changed from BMI to ASCAP and I just wanted to get my money. You know what I mean? Like, so I just started using a regular name. But Kevin's fucking great. They have a farm out here where they do weddings and stuff now. They've invited my country band to come play. We just haven't been able to do it, but he answers back every time I message, and his manager's awesome. So Jaret Von, I'm probably more Von Erich than Lance Von Erich, to be honest.
He's the nicest guy in the world. Like, I have nothing bad to say about him. He just didn't think that we could all get it done together for some reason.
I have so much to say here. I have so much to say. So this is going to tie back in. This is great. I'm glad you told me first, because I'm going to bring it all the way around. So Jack, I believe, I don't really know the year, but it's been a while. And we go to this match at American Airlines. And, I'd never been to WWE before. I mean, it's fucking crazy. Like, it's, I'd only been to World Class Championship Wrestling, where there's no lights or anything. They just run out there and they're barefooted and they fucking kick each other in the fucking face and shit. And you're right there. But this is like a event, and there's just the lights and music and the fans are chanting. And I love the woo, because you can do the Ric Flair. And Ric Flair used to come to World Class all the time. Kerry beat him in Texas Stadium, whole thing. So anyway, music starts, people lose their fucking minds. This little blonde-headed girl comes out, and her name's Alexa Bliss. And I just say to nothing, Alexa off. I'm going to have to spell it from now on, guys. Actually, let me just turn her off. Hold
on. I knew that was coming. I saw that.
I prayed for something like that.
A mile away, and I love it. I love it. You are my new best friend, Jaret.
Casey will be like, my wife will be like, hey, can you turn the fan on? And I'll just be like, all right. So Alexa Bliss comes out, and I said, oh, hey, I think that girl is a fan of my band. And he goes, no, I think he's 10 at the time. And I go, yeah, I'm almost positive, because hold on. So I Google it, and she had come to see us play, and her Twitter, if you Googled her at the time, her Twitter would pop up and she'd be like, I'm just in math class, listening to Bowling for Soup. And then she had done a photo shoot in a Bowling for Soup shirt. Come to find out, that was like the week she left for WWE. And like, again, it's all kind of coming together. So Jack goes, hey, you should send her a message. So I go, yeah, okay. So I send her a message. I go, hey, it's Jaret from Bowling for Soup. Me and my kid are here. That was awesome. And she goes, "Oh, are you backstage?" And I go, "No, I'm basically in the highest possible seat you can possibly be in or whatever." And anyway, she was very kind. And she was like, "Oh, it'd be great to meet you." So she invites us to the Royal Rumble that year in Philadelphia. So that's what year it was. What year was that?
My favorite event every year, by the way.
Which year was it in Philadelphia?
Let me type it in the Google machine.
Anyway, so we go there. We have amazing seats, but not only that, got to take my boys. It couldn't have been that 10 years ago because Everett was not 2. He was like 6. So maybe 6-8 years ago. And they got to meet 2018. All right. So that's when they got to meet everybody. I mean, everybody. And the only person we couldn't talk to was the Undertaker. You just have to watch him walk by. You're not allowed to say anything to him. And he, kind of comes by or whatever. But everybody else was so kind and great. But anyway, so I'll fast forward a smidge. But so I'm like, and by then Lexi had come out to a Bowling for Soup show or not. Come to find out, Girl the Bad Guys Want is her favorite song. And I'm just like, man, why is all the music cock rock? Like, why can't there be a pop punk song for somebody or whatever? So I just was like, fuck it. I'm going to write her a song. So I write her a song. And then I'm like, hey, I'm just kind of wondering if, like, do you think you could shoot some stuff for the video? And I mean, like, just some simple shit or whatever. No. She is like, no, I'm going to come there to your house while you're filming the video. I'm going to be in it. Not only that, I'm going to get WWE to sign off on it. So she got McMahon to literally sign off so that she could be the character Alexa Bliss in our video, and brought a camera crew from the WWE to do like behind the scenes shit and all that stuff. Then when we went to go and do the part of the video where she's like working them. Oh, by the way, that's my son Jack that's in the video. That's cool, right? Now, so we're here doing the video. Here's the Freebirds part. So I didn't know that Michael Hayes was like up in like the hierarchy of WWE.
Oh yeah, he's like one of the head writers and producers and just everything.
Zero idea. So those of you who haven't seen the video, my child and his friend in the video basically do the weird science thing and make Alexa Bliss, right? And then the band is just on his bed with bras on our heads, like the movie Weird Science. So Alexa Bliss knows that I'm a huge Von Erichs fan, that I obviously know everything about the Freebirds, love the Freebirds, whatever. And I just get this, hey, tell Jaret to come here. She's in my daughter's room that way, getting her makeup done. And I go in there, and all of a sudden I'm FaceTiming with Michael Hayes. And I'm just like, holy shit, dude, this is crazy. I'm like, man, I don't want to fanboy, but I know all the words to Bad Street, Atlanta, GA. And he goes, I don't even know the words of that song or whatever. And I was like, would you like me to sing? Anyway, he had released a song, Bad Street, Atlanta, GA.
We come out to it still.
USA.
Yeah.
Here's the best part. Bad Street, nasty and hot. The further down the block they got, the badder it got. So good, right? So anyway, I talked to him for a minute, and then I walk away to go back to the set, and I just hear him say into her phone, well, that was nice. Does he have a bra on his head? Yes, I just had a bra on my head from the video.
Oh, love it.
Oh, man. Yeah.
Man,
anyway, that song, just loved it so much.
That's the cover the world needs, by the way. Bowling for Soup doing Bad Street USA.
Street, Atlanta, GA. Like, I wonder if anybody would even remember that. If they
No. I wasn't joking. We use that as our entrance music still to this day.
No way.
When it starts, when it hits, people will sing with us.
I don't even think that you guys even are aware. Are you aware of like how just cutting edge world-class championship wrestling was?
Yes.
With the hair cream, Iceman King Parsons and Buddy Roberts.
I have worn the headgear.
Yeah. And just, I mean,
the headgear with the wig in it.
They cut off one of Iceman's
Yes.
braids, and then they had to do the hair cream. And then Buddy Roberts was like not bald for a while. It was just brilliant. It was all just so brilliant.
The stuff that they did back then.
Chris Adams,
Buddy Jr.
The fact that they were all friends at the beginning.
Oh yeah.
And the smashing of the cage door on Carrie's head.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well,
Buddy
remember,
Jr. still has the headgear and the wig.
Yeah.
Senior
Chris Adams was a good guy, then became a bad guy. But that whole deal with him and Gorgeous Jimmy Garvin with Sunshine and Precious.
Yes.
So I mean, it was just brilliant television, man, and just on such a low budget. And but yeah, I worship the Von Erichs, and Lexi is a great friend. Again, she's she ended up crazy. She ended up marrying Ryan Cabrera, who is a musician that used to open up for Bowling for Soup when he was a kid. He was in a band called Rubik's Groove. So I've known him longer than I have her. And he actually said to me at his wedding, he was just like, I just talked to her about you for the first 3 or 4 times we texted because that was my in. And now they're married and they got a baby named Hendrix. So pretty cool.
There you go.
Awesome.
Did you know at the Sportatorium that the ring could just lower into the ground?
Yeah.
Is that not wild?
So what sucks is that the Sportatorium was in kind of a bad part of town, and I was a little kid. So I never got to go to the Sportatorium, but I got to see them wrestle in Wichita Falls and at Fort Sill. So I saw all 4 I never saw Chris, but that was later anyway. But I saw all 4 Von Erichs wrestle. I got to, Kerry was my jam. Kevin was my
I was in love with Carrie before I even knew who the Freebirds were when I was a little kid. So I know how you feel.
There you go. Yeah.
Because it was the Texas Tornado. Because as a kid,
well, that's WWE.
I know, but I'm saying like as a little kid, that's what I knew. As a teenager and an adult, that's when you go back and you find the old videotapes and you find the catalog and this and that, and you start falling in love with everything they did. Because like you said, it was so much bigger than everybody realized. It was great Terry storytelling.
Gordy, their storytelling was so good. Like Terry Gordy went to the Orient to learn the ultimate spike. You know what I mean? Like he went there and he came back with
Asiatic spike.
And we used to do that to each other, and it fucking hurts. You know?
Oh yeah,
it does.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But Kamala, the missing link.
Oh,
Kabuki, man.
Yeah.
Our bad guys were Gorgeous Jimmy Garvin, man. Don't sleep on that dude. That was such a great bad guy.
Jimmy Garvin. It bums me out that he didn't really get to shine with the Freebirds until WCW, because like he was such a good part of it.
Yeah.
Like once him and Michael Hayes were together, and Terry got to have a little run with the 2 of them in WCW as well, but that didn't last long. But the 2 of them together in WCW were so fantastic.
Are you saying Michael Hayes and Gorgeous
and Jimmy Garvin
and World Class Championship in World Class Wrestling?
Yeah, WCW, not World Class, in like World Championship Wrestling.
Oh, what's World Championship Wrestling?
WCW?
Atlanta.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so that's Dusty Rhodes.
Ric Flair, Dusty Rhodes, Sting.
Yeah.
Lex Luger,
okay. So that all we didn't get that. So what's crazy?
No.
Yeah.
That's wild. Yeah. Yeah. They had a great run up there with the Steiners and Doom and all those other guys. They were fantastic. They had one of the best tag team divisions.
Went to the big leagues though, man. It's so funny. Like we would just have. They would just put a name on something. So like the Rock and Roll Express would come through and we'd be like, okay, we like them because it says rock and roll,
Yeah. And everybody had to be an express, But
that was the beauty of wrestling back then, was they didn't have to try as hard to catch your imagination. They didn't have to try as hard to get your attention. Like you just said, they just put express on it. They say rock and roll. They say, cowboy. They say, really basic gimmicks, really basic characters. Now you have to be this super deep, super convoluted thing in order for people to actually like respond to you. It's weird.
It's so funny because I've said this to my children their entire lives, but my kids are like, well, I don't know why. And I'll just go, it's like my mama always told me. It bees that way sometime. Have mercy. And that's Iceman King Parsons in my life. I talk to my children that way. But my kids, when I go, it's like my mama always told me. It bees that way sometimes. And my children will all go, have mercy.
I love it. That's
Iceman was
fantastic.
the shit back in the days. Like I loved him. There were so many great characters in World Class. Like I always wonder sometimes what kind of success Frank Brody, Bruiser Brody, would have had if he were still alive today.
Right.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Like if everybody knew who Bruiser Brody was now, I feel like that guy would be on Undertaker level.
Yeah.
I think it would be Brody and Taker at the top.
He had to be brought in to World Class Championship Wrestling to handle Kamala because nobody could beat him.
Yeah, and it's a shame the way it ended for him. You know, some of those guys they took some of that stuff so seriously. Like you shouldn't have to die in a shower over some money in a foreign country. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's
what ended up happening to Bruiser Brody.
That's how he died. He was stabbed to death in the shower by a promoter in Puerto Rico.
They won't actually say which promoter it was. There were two promoters for the company. There was the booker and the promoter, and nobody will actually say who did it,
despite everybody seeing it.
Everybody saw it. There was everybody's type.
It was just some shady shit. I mean, it seems like there was a lot of shady shit. You know?
They tried to short him, according to the story. They tried to short him money. He went and confronted them, and Brody's a scary dude. He's a big, scary dude.
Yeah.
So they went into the shower with him to talk about it, supposedly, and ended up sticking him in the belly with a knife a few times.
Dude, I saw
on the floor of the shower practically.
What was crazy about those times, though, when you were a kid and you would see them out, and then I saw Jake the Snake at the airport one time, and I was so scared of that fucking guy. But he was so nice to me at the airport. And I was just like, God damn it. It's so crazy that you can just approach these really scary individuals and they're just, they're nice. They're humans or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, it just, man, I mean, what a world,
Well, you never know what's going to happen. It's like we were saying earlier. We're all humans, it doesn't matter what you do for a living.
Yeah.
I grew up watching Al Snow on television, and then I get into the business and I find myself friends with him and invited to his wedding. I never would have guessed that.
What?
You know what I mean? So, hey, listen.
Yeah.
We're at the 2-hour mark. I'm loving this. We'd love to have you back sometime if you're willing.
Bring it.
But before we let you go,
all right,
I got 2 things for you.
Okay.
One, give me your Mount Rushmore of pro wrestling.
Top 4 wrestlers of all time.
Oh fuck! Your audience is going to hate this because I just don't know. I'm not.
They don't have to be modern.
Our audience,
modern. I don't give a crap.
Appreciate it.
For me personally, my Mount Rushmore is. I mean, actually, this is weird because my whole life I was a Kerry Von Erich guy, but I think Kevin is the reason for this season. I'm going Kevin Von Erich, Hulk Hogan, who is a nice guy, by the way. So back in the day when Brooke was a musician, we played with him all the time. You know who's the fucking best? Jimmy Hart. Fuck, that guy's amazing.
And that dude is fantastic. I've met him a couple of times, and
he's the same human of all time.
Yeah, he's the same on TV as he is in real. Like he's
and he remembers you. So like the second time you see him, he'll go, "Oh," and it's fucking Jimmy Hart. So
the Honky Tonk Man's the same way, oddly.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Demolition was too.
Yeah,
the guys from Demolition, Bill Eadie and Barry Darso. They remembered me, and I'd never met him before. It was fantastic.
They
Kevin
insisted.
Von Erich, Hulk Hogan, Kamala.
Ooh.
And finally, Jimmy Superfly Snuka.
Ooh.
Okay.
That's pretty good.
I see you.
That's pretty good.
It's not bad.
I think I would say Shawn Michaels, Eddie Guerrero, Dusty Rhodes.
Dusty Rhodes, good dig.
Oh, I love Dusty Rhodes. Like he was just, it was one of those people that he was the guy that I discovered in WWE, and then I went back and watched everything.
I love Dusty Rhodes so much because he was just all fat and shit, you know. Like
Yeah.
it was just the best. But just again the character, the attitude, you know. Fuck. You know what?
And then Savage.
I gotta hold on. I gotta change it. I'm going Kevin, Kamala. I'm going Kevin, Kamala, and hold on, Ric Flair. And Ric Flair, fuck, dude. How is Ric Flair the most hated person in WCW? But we still, woo! You know what I mean? And we all know it. Fuck.
And he's got some pretty good weed, too, by the way.
Does he?
Yeah.
Oh,
all right. Kevin, Ric Flair, Kamala. Who is my other one?
Crap.
Well, you said Hogan and Jimmy.
Hogan.
There you go.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's it.
If I had to go top four, Owen Hart, Undertaker, Sting, and the fourth one's always hard. The fourth one's always the hardest.
That's what she said.
Zing.
Wow. Okay. No. I'd go Dusty. I put Dusty up there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dusty was something special.
Yeah, he was.
I will say him and Piper.
Piper was fucking great.
Him and
Piper's right
are the
there,
two
too.
guys. Yeah. Like without him and Piper, you don't get guys on the mic like The Rock, you know?
Right.
You don't get guys like that.
Dude, but Ric Flair was doing that in the mid 80s.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like that guy, the shit that he was saying and doing in interviews or whatever, like he made the Von Erichs better. The Freebirds, dude, Michael Hayes was amazing on the microphone. Terry Gordy was really good on the microphone.
I love Michael Hayes as a whole, but I've always said the man was way better on the microphone than he ever was in the ring.
But that was the whole point, right? But
yeah. They all had their specialties.
Hey, how good?
But he wasn't bad in the ring either.
Guys,
no.
How good did the blood look in that hair, though? It looked so good.
That's why
anybody with the
for
bleach
Flair
hair, Ric Flair.
Exactly.
Flair had that great.
Ric Flair though had the scars because from the cutting and stuff. Mm-hmm. Fuck, dude, that dude's head was a mess.
That's why Dusty's forehead looked like Swiss cheese too.
Yeah.
Everybody looked like they got hit by a cheese grater. It was
100%. Yeah.
Jaret, where can people find you online and social media and things?
First of all, thanks for having me. Thanks for man, what a great conversation. Everybody,
thanks for spending this long with us, man.
I'm everywhere at JARET2113 or Jaret Reddick on TikTok. And you know, you can also visit JaretRayReddick.com or bowlingpursuit.com. And man, I'm pretty good about staying in touch. So if you want to hit me up.
So before we go,
all right,
we do this little thing. It was invented by Bernard Pivot and perfected by James Lipton. And we're not good podcasters. So to end this, we steal from someone who's better than us.
Okay.
So Kip, go ahead with the questionnaire.
All right. So it's not rapid fire. It's relatively short answer, but if you want to explain something, feel free. We kind of let you do what you want here. But
all right.
What is your favorite word?
Y'all haven't ever seen the Charles Nelson Riley one? That they do with James Lipton.
I don't think I've ever seen that one. And I have DVDs of the best of
James you guys Lipton. For a curveball. All right.
Oh, that's good.
My favorite.
What is your favorite word?
Absolutely.
Yep. What is your least favorite word?
No.
What sound or noise do you love?
I love the sound of a kick drum.
Okay. What sound or noise do you hate?
I hate. Let me think about. I mean, there's a lot, guys. I'm gonna say probably someone eating behind me on an airplane.
Oh, I hate the sound of somebody eating.
Yeah.
What profession other than your own would you like to attempt?
Honestly, I have been thinking about this the last couple of days. I would love to be a cold case detective.
Okay. Ooh. What profession other than your own would you not like to attempt?
I do not want to work on a king crab boat.
Okay. What creatively? What turns you on?
Amazing feedback.
Creatively, what turns you off?
Negativity.
Okay. This is Tristan's favorite one here. What is your favorite curse word?
I mean, it's got to be fuck.
Okay. If heaven exists, this is my favorite one here. If heaven exists, what would you like to hear God say when you arrive at the pearly gates?
Good job, brother.
All right. I like it. I like it. You would be surprised how many times we have gotten the word cunt, but it has to be said with an Irish accent.
Yeah, you can't.
So it's got to be cunt.
Yeah.
For the record, that's for favorite curse word, not what you would like to hear God say.
Oh yeah, no, 100%.
Nobody has said yet that they want God to call them a cunt when they get there.
Nobody needs that.
Nobody wants
that. Would be
We're
wild, though.
We're not even certain he speaks English.